What's up, collecting crew? This is episode 5 of Apparently Collecting. Today we're going to be going over what we plan or what we think we may do with our collection down the line in the future. We have this huge collection, most of us do, and so we're going to kind of consider and talk about what we plan to do with that. And also we're going to share some of our favorite or memorable moments throughout our collecting journey. Some of us have a few, some of us have one. Either way, we're going to share that with you guys. And of course, we'll round it off with a round of Feezy's 20. So let's see if this button works and my intro gets going. Let's do this. All right, yeah, so far so good. Okay, so again, this is Apparently Collecting, where we discuss our everyday lives and our hobby, right? So that's juggling family life, work, and our collections, our figures, the things that we love to do, right? Our passions. And first, I want to say thank you to all of you who are tuning in here in the States instead of watching the game. If you're not a fan, or the playoffs, I should say, if you're not a fan of football, I'll just pretend you chose us over the game, and we'll go with that for now. But yeah, no, thank you regardless to all of you tuning in now or later in the future, catching the replay. For those of you returning viewers and those new, so I welcome you all. And again, I appreciate you for all your time. Always, I know it's so much content out there, and so I appreciate you tuning in and choosing us, to spend your time with. So, with that, if you are catching the replay, as usual, I'll have the timestamps in the bottom after the show. I'll have to go in and put it in manually, so give me some time to do that, but those will be down there. But yeah, so with that, let's go ahead and break the seal of this episode. And to do that, let me bring in my guests who will make this show a colorful one. We got Commander Green and Blu Tattu.
Hey, man.
It just,
Hey, everybody.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Blue. It just dawned on me after I invited you guys that the color theme was kind of prominent there, and again with my logo too. We got our own reservoir dogs, right? Mr. Blue and Mr. Green. I guess I'll be Mr. Yellow to follow the theme there. So yeah, we'll go over intros here in a little bit as usual after breaking the seal question or topic, but I'll give people time to come in and get settled in and get situated. So with that, the breaking the seal question: what will our retirement look like? So when I say our, I mean our generation. I know there's a lot of things that happen along the way, and I'll kind of clarify that more a little later on. But Mr. Green, Commander Green, we'll start with you. What do you think retirement will look like in our generation, as far as like retirement homes or retirement living, retirement life? What do you think?
I don't know. I work for a landscaping company, so I kind of see a little bit of that firsthand. We work in a lot of like 55 and over communities, and I just turned 50 in December, so sometimes I laugh. I'd say I see these older people in these communities, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, I'm actually only a few years away from being allowed to live here. So, hey, that's all good. But yeah, I mean, you see a lot of that. You see a lot of families kind of coming back together because of the economy, because of money in general, and just I think a lot of that might go back to an older style of people, more or less combining homes, let's say. So just from a collecting standpoint, you might not have much space because people might end up having to live that way.
I see.
You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean there's so many variables in it. But that's kind of basically.
How about as far as like, obviously we're into collecting now and other things, and our hobbies are different from what it was back then. But what do you think as far as like when you retire, what do you think you'll be doing with your free time?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously, I do enjoy the toy photography part of it that I do, but I kind of like that, and just the outdoors. I used to fish a lot when I was probably more like in my mid 20s to like probably 30s, so like I'd probably maybe go back to that, and I just like to be outside and spending time outdoors. So some of those hobbies can kind of go together. Again, the photography with that and being outside. So
Nice. Sounds relaxing.
I don't
Oh,
think I would get bored. Let's put it that way.
yeah.
I would try to find things to do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, happy belated birthday. I can't remember if I told you on the socials, but yeah, happy
Yes, you
belated
did.
birthday.
I think you did. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you though.
Okay, gotcha.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you're
Happy
welcome.
belated birthday.
Yeah. Mr. Blu Tattoo. How about you? What do you think retirement will look like in our generation?
Uh,
Or have you thought about it at all? You can pass and skip. Sorry.
um, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah,
Regarding collecting, I guess let me narrow it down a little more for you. Like, obviously you have also, I guess to help a little more with that. So what I envision is, as I mentioned before, we have all these. A lot of things came upon our generation, right? We had, the internet. We have video games became really popular and mainstream. We obviously a lot of animated features. There's a bunch of different type of variety of movies that came up. Different categories, different genres. What else? We had obviously our collectibles. That's becoming more widely acceptable, right? Whereas before in the old generation, they didn't really have that, because they obviously kind of factored in and relied on other things. But then regarding those terms, what do you think retirement will look like for you, at least yourself?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think you'll be like playing? Well, are you a gamer?
Yeah.
So do you think you'll still be playing video games like after you're retired, or do you think you'll still be playing with your figures or posing them, or stuff like that, or
Oh yeah.
throwing on a VR headset and kind of moving around, and I don't know if you have
Stumbling over. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I'll probably still. I mean, pretty much what I'm doing now, except for working.
Yeah,
Just collecting more. Playing with my toys.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's what I'm kind of envisioning, right? Because again, before the generation before us, I haven't been to a retirement home or a living facility in a while, so I don't know if they're still watching Matlock or Murder She Wrote or playing part Cheesy or Trivial Pursuit. I don't know what they're doing now, but obviously Commander Green, you may have some insight on that since you're probably around them more. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I doubt just because for our generation, when we get to that point, we're automatically going to be like, well, I guess I'll put on Murder She Wrote now, or I guess I'll start watching old reruns of like 227 or 8 Man or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing out.
Well, I mean, I look at it too, and growing up in the, mainly in the 80s as a teenager and in the music and stuff like that, that's one thing that I'll never look back on and say I changed the music that I like. I still like those bands from that time. So it's kind of those things I think will always, for me personally, carry on. I know a lot of people, like you said, will change like what they like or view things a different way, but I mean I kind of just want to stay true to what I've always liked, and I mean I might be listening to 85 years old driving down the road listening to Metallica. I mean I don't know, so
Yeah,
and people
that's
look
the
at
thing,
me
right?
funny.
Yeah, no, that's
Right.
the thing. That's a
Right.
generational thing. Again, like we kind of grow up into that, and that sticks with us. And even as we get older, we'll still probably. I mean, our interests, or our tastes may slightly change, but we'll always, like you mentioned, kind of like certain things. And so we all, I presume, we're all big MCU and Star Wars fans here. So when we get older, are we going to be still watching those movies? Like all the Marvel movies, go back and binge those, or binge like all 1 through 9, or whatever other movies are going to come out. So it's just stuff like that. I kind of wonder. So I thought this question would be kind of fun to kind of think about, and hey, because this is new to us, right? Like I said, there's a lot of things that came that developed and came up during our lifetime, right? And there's things that are still going to come up, so it's just kind of crazy to think about.
Right.
Yeah. So just
I don't think I'll ever change that way. I mean,
No?
I've always been a nerd. I don't think I'll go out that way too. So,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting to think about, right? It's like, okay, even at that age, again, because we have a mental image of what older people who are already retired, kind of way down the line of what they're doing. So it's kind of like, okay, well then, what are we gonna be like? I don't know. Are we gonna be playing video games or motion controlled Nintendo consoles or something like that? Yeah, something
Right.
simple, right?
Yeah.
We won't have the reflexes to play Call of Duty or anything quick, fast paced like that.
Oh no,
Or
my
maybe
son reminds me of how bad I am at video games. So already.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're turning as you're turning and looking, you're still going, and he's already taken out like 10 people. Yeah,
We've played Battlefront in the past, and like
yeah,
the one-on-one, and I can see him in the distance bouncing around, and he's just like laughing, and next thing I know, he's behind me, like killing
yeah,
me. So I'm just like, whatever. I guess we're done for now. So yeah.
yeah. You're like, well, that was fun.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for indulging me on that, by the way. Let's address the chat here. Let's see. We got, let's see, where is he at? Oh, he took away. Sample. I don't see Sample. Looks like some guy beat him. Some guy, what's up, my guy? Thank you for being here. Let's go. Oh, here he is. Oh, man, he legitimately beat him. There's Sample, as usual. Mr. Comment, always in here, throwing support. Mr. Mom Collectibles, Ryan, thank you for being here. And of course, Commander Green pulling double duty. Thank you for being in there. Mr. Green, Bobby D, let's go. Yes, sir. Back at it. Thank you for dropping in. Amazing panels, some guy. But Triple G, Peter, thank you for tuning in and watching. Blu Tattu also dropping in, pulling double duty. Thank you guys for doing that. The chat is awesome, and I try to do that when I can, when I'm a guest also, pulling double duty, because yeah, the chat's always great. Let's see what Bob Dylan says here. Retirement hopefully means more time for toys and games. Yep, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking, right? Because we don't really have a lot of time for that now. I personally don't, so I have to kind of juggle, what I do on a daily basis when I do have free time. Like even before the stream, I just got finished taking down the rest of the Christmas stuff, so I had to do that in phases. That's one of the cons about being really into Christmas, right? Like I'm big into decorating, so all the decorations go up, but then obviously the aftermath, they all have to come down. It's like, oh crap. So I do that in phases, and
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I just got done putting that down. But yeah, so as we get more trickling in, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you to the chat. You guys are great. Hopefully you're having a good weekend so far, and thank you to my panelists for being here. If you instead of watching the game, if you'd rather be there. So I appreciate you for that, regardless of whether you watch football or not. Thank you. All right. So intros. Commander Green, tell the people a little bit about yourself for those that don't know you.
Oh, let's see. Actually, the main thing with me is I have my Instagram channel and have been doing toy photography for a while now. I think it was back maybe around 2018, 2019. And started that, and I had sent you some photos, and if we have time to go through those, and it was more of a progression, and kind of just to be able to see like where you can start from and where you can end up. And
sure.
And again, and there's just some great people out there. I mean, like I've been on Maz's stream and been friends with him for a while now, and it's like there's so many people out there to help you. And the hobby should be fun no matter what your end results are with your photography. It's all about just having fun with your collection and just the community, that part of it too.
Yep.
And I've got friends. Again, I was in a couple contests with people when I first started, and still friends with them, and kind of seeing them and their families grow up and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to stay in contact with everybody and not just talk about toys too. So that to me, that's a big part of it. So
for sure, man, I'm right there with you. And
Yep.
as Commander Green mentioned, salute to you, by the way, for salute you as he came in. He shared with me some photos, and I'll be sharing those at the end, so stay tuned for that. Or you can always come back later, check the timestamps if you're watching on the replay during the plug section, the plug in. So plug in and check those out later on. All right, Mr. Tattu, Blu Tattu, how you doing, man? Let the people know who you are.
I'm good, man. I just.
Oh, by the way, sorry. Thank you for coming in. I know it's kind of last minute, so I appreciate you being here, man.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah, I mean, I work and make money to buy toys. That's basically what I do.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. That's representative of most of us. Actually, I'll probably say all of us here if you're watching the channel. That's all of us right there, man. So, yep, we're right there with you, man. Yeah, but same. We'll plug Blu stuff at the end. I'm sure probably most of you know him, but either way, we'll show him some love at the end there. All right. With that, let us go into the first topic. What do you plan on doing with your collection down the line in the future? So again, as I mentioned in the intro, we've amassed, a good amount of stuff. Obviously, you can guys see in your backgrounds there, you guys quite the collection, and it's probably one of those things that we don't think about too often. But I'm just curious to see if you guys had any thoughts about that. And I know we still got some time, right? It's nowhere. We have plenty of years to live. But sometimes, happenstance happens. Things happen. But I was just wondering what you guys thought about doing with your collections, donating, passing it on, selling, etc., whatever. Commander Green, we'll start with you.
I mean, for me, it's I do have two kids that are into. My son actually has a ridiculous amount of Nintendo figures.
Okay.
He's got a huge collection of that, Pokemon, and stuff like that. So again, the family in general, growing up, I have parents, sisters, brothers, everybody's collected something. My daughter loves Marvel, but
Nice.
so I have a few Marvel hot toys that she would probably take and run away with, some Spider-Man figures. But I think that's the thing. I would kind of like leave that up to them and say, you take what you want, and if there's somebody, especially maybe immediate friends that they know that I have, that would, be somebody that I would say, hey, make sure you give that person first chance to even give them to them, or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you can sell whatever you might want to sell, or keep
Yeah.
whatever you want to keep. But yeah, I think it's there's things again of my mom's that if it ever came to that point that I would want to keep, like of her collecting that she's had through the years. So I
Oh,
mean,
nice.
I'm sure that there are things that maybe they see, in my collection that they would say they would probably want to have. So I would kind of just, leave that up to them.
Yeah. Sorry, did you say your mom passed stuff on to you, or?
No, I said there's things that that just if she ever passes, like when she passes
Oh,
on,
I see.
that
I
if I
gotcha.
ever could get for like just things that I either bought for her or
Mm.
things like that I would love to have, that we kind of
Yeah.
shared in that moment. So kind of the
Yeah.
collecting part of it, because, my son, we go out on toy hunts every weekend and,
That's awesome.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like for us, just collecting is a big deal. So it's
Yeah.
like those moments that kind of want to be kept, hopefully by him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No. I hear you passing on a
hmm
tradition.
right,
Um,
exactly.
so does your mom collect stuff? I'm kind of curious.
My mom, yes, her first husband was a fireman,
Mm.
and he passed away years ago. It's my brother's and sister's father. So
Oh,
like
okay.
through the years, she's collected every kind of fireman type, ornaments, statues, little trinkets, just little things like that. Um, and what else? Oh, and she loves cardinals, so
Yeah.
that was a huge thing for her too for a long time. So.
Wait, the football
Um,
team or the actual bird
the
Cardinals?
bird, the
Oh,
bird,
okay.
the bird. I think she had things from the Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals, and had those as a collectible in her
Yeah.
collection too. But
Okay.
yeah, like
Nice.
I said, again, it's just in our family's DNA more or less
Yeah.
to collect. So,
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
hmm
Kind of born. That's cool. All right.
yeah,
Well, thanks for sharing.
yeah.
Blue, what about you? Have you given any thought about that at all? About what you plan on doing with your massive collection there down the line?
Oh, no, not really. I mean, I just plan on still collecting, and I mean, it's coming with me. So I don't
Yeah.
think.
Taken to the grave. Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Nice.
mean, oh, I hit my mic. Unless somebody
Oh, you're
wants
good.
it, of course. And is
Yeah.
going to take care of it, or. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you have some? I don't know if you've sold anything before, but do you have some pretty pricey things in your collection? You don't have to specify what they are or how much, but I'm just in general.
just that guy, the Hulkbuster. He's probably the most
Oh, okay.
expensive. Uh,
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Nice.
that was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Some guy giving a shout out to your Boba Blue and your Hunter, Commander Green. Is that
Okay.
Hunter?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Yep. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So go ahead, sir. Go
I'm
ahead,
waiting
Blue.
on the rest of the batch for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they better
Yeah.
not mess with us on that one.
Oh, I
I know,
know.
right? Yeah, I think for me particularly, I'm looking forward to Tech. I think his is the the suit that I think is probably looks the best, in my opinion. And so I think that's the one I'll be interested in. And for me, I'm
Most unique.
yeah, unique. Yeah, thank you. And
Hmm.
so that's the one
Hmm.
that I'm looking forward to. And I for this line specifically, I feel like I don't need to get them all. I think I'm good with
Mm.
just Tech, just a one. And but maybe because I'm not that close to the show or the group. But if it was
Hmm.
something like the Power Rangers, for example, I had to get all of them. Like I grew up on the Power Rangers, and
Mm.
so I felt like that was something I had to get. I can't get just one of them. I have to get them all. So, but yeah, for me, I think yeah, I think I kind of follow lines with you, Commander Green, that I'm slowly starting to get my kids into collecting. Also, not forcing, but if they want things, like kind of notice my son's kind of building a collection of his own and kind of displaying them in his room on like his dresser and stuff. And I think as they get older and they show more interest, I'll kind of get in more things. And if they're when they get older, I'll let them know, hey, if you guys want this is yours. But if not, I'll probably, and as I get older and I'm to the point where maybe I'm just don't want as much and I want to tailor it down, I'll probably
Hmm.
sell some stuff off and just keep specific or certain pieces. And so yeah, it's just kind of one of those things. I always think back to, and I'm sure we're all familiar with the 40-year-old virgin, where
Oh yeah.
at the very end he sold all his toys, and
Right.
yeah, that's what we used to pay for the wedding. And then his buddy, I forgot his name, he was like, he sold all his toys. It was funny, yeah, to pay for the wedding. So I kind of think about that. If the kids ever need something, I'll probably just sell my toys off and get their money
Right.
back or get money for that. But yeah, something I wanted to share. Speaking of passing on, my dad is not. I mentioned in my intro stream, my channel that I did a while back, that he was somewhat into collecting. He didn't collect himself, but he kind of encouraged me and supported me in collecting when I was younger. And one of the things that, or a couple of things that he passed on to me were these. I think the only things actually that he passed on to me were these Iron Man comic books that he had when he was younger. So
Oh
these are like
wow.
this is the Invincible Iron Man 105 here, original. There's like 35 cents, right? There's that one. And then there's, sorry, it's kind of shiny because it's in there's in the boards with the sleeve. This
Hmm.
is Invincible Iron Man 103. So they're not in the best shape, but still, it's just kind of, I thought that was really cool. You kind of passed on one of the few things he had from his childhood that he enjoyed to me. And so, yeah, so I really appreciate these, and I save these. Yeah, that's cool. So they're not that worth that much now, but again, like you were mentioning, Commander Green, it's just a sentimental value, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and so that's the thing that I yeah, that I'll keep for a while and pass on. Hopefully, pass on to my kids, and they'll want to hold on to. Um, but yeah, let's see here. All right, going on to the next topic. Speaking of sentimental value and memorable things, memorable collecting moments. Um, we've been collecting for a while. I'm sure all of us have, but I'm just curious, interested to hear if any of you have anything that sticks in, anything you want to share, anything that like kind of just sticks in your head about anything from your collecting journey, any pieces that you have that mean a lot to you that you don't mind sharing, or just something that really maybe it was like going after a certain figure, you were hunting or tracking down something and you just felt like, yeah, finally got it, one of those pieces type of thing. Anything like that, anything you want to share. It can be multiple, it doesn't have to be just one either. But Blue, we'll start with you. Any memorable collecting moments you want to share?
Um, sure, yeah. Oh, that guy right there. I mean, I've never collected anything that big before, and,
Mm-hmm.
and when I got it, man, it was like it was like size of a
Two
toddler.
person lift.
Yeah,
It's Go
yeah, it
Bean.
was.
Get over here. Help me.
Yep. Yeah, it was awesome, and yeah, biggest thing I've ever collected. So,
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that big in my collection. Like that's how tall is that again? I can't remember off the top of my head.
oh man, like 21 inches, I think.
21. Okay. Is that the biggest Hot Toys? I'm forgetting. The biggest Hot Toys figure?
Um, the Hydra Stomper is just a little bit taller because
That's
its
right.
antennas, and other
That's
than
right.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Nice. Any other memorable moments, or was that the one? I mean, that's a big one, literally. But anything
Yeah.
else?
Yeah, basically just collecting, Star Wars. Uh,
Yeah,
it's all my guys in there.
that's awesome. Yeah. Do you still? So, kind of a related question. Do you still feel the same feeling when you open a new figure as you did when like you got your first few figures from the beginning? Do you still have that like that feeling that just comes over you like, oh yes, this is a brand new a brand new figure, and you're feeling it. You're kind of like taking it all in, or are you kind of getting to the point where you're like, okay, here's another figure. I'll just put it in the collection. What do you think?
Oh, I keep hitting my mic.
No, it's
Yeah,
all
this
good.
guy. I mean, yeah, man. I just felt the excitement. I mean, he's awesome. You got this one with the head sculpt.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, it's just fantastic.
And you guys, those is that your most recent purchase?
Yeah, I just
Oh,
got
okay. Nice. Yeah, I skipped that one and went for the Boba on the Throne
Oh yeah, I get that
instead.
too.
So yeah, it was pretty. Like most others who got that, I'm planning on doing the whole display with Fennec. So I'm looking
Yeah.
for that one. Yeah, looking
Yep.
forward to that. But yeah, all right, cool. Thanks for sharing that with us, Blue. Commander Green, how about you? Any memorable
I've got
moments
so
you-
many.
All right,
I've got
let's
so
hear 'em. We
many.
got time. Yeah,
No,
we're flowing through. We're flying through these. So yeah, man, share away.
no, the one of the biggest things for me was back in '95 when the Power of the Force line was released, and even though everybody still makes those jokes about them, and they look like pro wrestlers instead of Star Wars characters, because the base bodies that they used on especially like the first like 2 or 3 series that they had.
Yeah.
They were they weren't great, but it meant a lot because that was a big jump in time from the original trilogy to that stuff to come out, and then into the Phantom Menace and being there for the midnight releases at like Toys R Us and Walmart and picking up that stuff at that time.
Oh, you did that? You went to like the midnight releases?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So we did that. Like friends of mine, I had at least 2 or 3 friends that were big into collecting those lines at the time. And I mean, there's certain ones. I've always, gone out for rides to hit different WalMarts all over the place, even when I lived in upstate New York, because they were so spread out. But it's like I have, memories of where I found specific figures, from those lines at different times. And, again, they weren't the best, but it was still a pretty cool time with that kind of, Star Wars coming back to life at that time. Because it seemed like for, the longest time they were never going to do anything else. And then the prequels came along. So that was pretty cool. And then Hot Toys, I jumped into that rabbit hole, and I picked up the light side Anakin was my first
Oh, nice.
that I picked up, and that was at the time when the prices started to drop a little bit on those figures, and I got that for $190 shipped, and it
Oh,
was
nice.
brand new. So immediately, as soon as I cracked that one open, I think Obi-Wan came out at that time. So I pre-ordered him. Maul came out, pre-ordered him, and then, the rest is,
Went from
as
there.
they say, history. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
written.
Cody. Well, and the funny story is, and I think because Ryan Jetta Patrol, he lives here in Kent Pool. I don't know if you know Kent Pool Collects, but he's here local in Charlotte. He's a big Marvel Legends collector. But we're hanging out all the time, and I said, yeah, I think Commander Cody. I said, I said there'll be like, probably one I'll get, and it'll be my Grail or one that I really want, and maybe that'll be it. And so really Cody was my first pre-order, but I picked up the other one online. So like I said, it was kind of breaking that seal of, okay, once you start, then you can't stop. So yeah, I have to laugh at myself of not having any control. So
Yeah, it's hard, right? No, it is hard. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. First, again, thank you for sharing those. But yeah, I'm with you on the pre-order for Hot Toys. My first purchase was Scarlet Spider that I got right away, and my first pre-order is actually coming up. It was there were 2. I forgot which one I pre-ordered first. It was the Throne Boba and the Mark 1 reissue, and so yeah, it's gonna be kind of significant when that comes in, because that was one of my first pre-orders. So I'm looking forward to getting those both in. But yeah, I have some other memorable moments. But I talked about those in my intro video, so I don't want to take up the time here. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you guys are interested, the viewers are catching the replay, check that out. Sorry in advance, it's kind of cringy. I know it's when I first started, so it's probably not the best. But yeah, if you want to know more about me, it's there. That's there. Yeah, for
Very
all your
cool.
non-enjoyment. Yeah, but yeah, Best Car Kid, thank you for joining us. I already commented earlier, man. Thank you for
Hey, good.
catching the stream.
Yeah, the first one I
Go
got
ahead.
was the Mark III Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started back in 2014.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went to Comic-Con. That's how I got how I knew about Sideshow.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah, looking at Hot Toys and yeah, Iron Man.
Iron Man. That was is that the first Iron Man 3?
Yep. Well,
Oh, the Mark 3.
the first die-cast one.
Oh, the first. Okay, gotcha. So that was that would have been. Is that the reissue? Like the first, I guess, reissue?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what it was?
like
Okay, yeah.
plastic
That
one, I
Mark
think.
3 2.0 then, I guess, the diecast?
Yeah, 2.0. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Nice. I forgot to ask you, Green, do you have anything that you, any valuable pieces in your collection? You don't have to say, obviously, what the amount is, but anything that you really cherish or anything that's really up there?
I would say not really value-wise, and I mean, obviously, we know how value is on kind of some of the current Hot Toys too. But I would
Right.
say probably like ones that will come with me no matter whatever happens would be probably
Yeah.
my Anakin and Obi-Wan. And as
Gotcha.
much as Cody was my first pre-order, and I love clones, like just Anakin and Obi-Wan are two of my favorite characters, and specifically from the prequels. So
Yeah.
those are ones that I would say that I probably love the most, like out of my collection,
Yeah. Gotcha.
for sure.
Yeah. And Blue, did you say you started with Hot Toys, or have you always been collecting? I know you said since 2014, but is that where you started, or were you collecting other stuff before then?
I've always been collecting. I used to collect like McFarlane,
Yeah.
the smaller scale stuff.
Yep.
The dragons. I have quite a few of the big winged dragons and the big.
For McFarlane?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I still collect some McFarlane, but yeah, when I saw those, I got that whole first wave from back in the day, just because. Yeah, I really like dragons. They're kind of, if I see some really cool ones, I end up getting them. So yeah, I got that whole first wave. It's yeah, man, those are awesome.
Oh yeah.
So I'm with you right there.
Because they've been having those at like Target recently, right? Is that I think people have been talking about those dragons.
I know they're bringing them back again, but I haven't. I don't
Okay.
know. I'm not sure if they're selling them at Target. Do you know Blue?
I
Or
didn't
are
know
you
if-
in the comics?
Yeah, I didn't know if they were the same ones that you were talking about.
Okay, yeah. I know he's re-released, or he's coming. He's starting to wave up again, so they're coming out with
okay.
new ones. But they went through, I don't even know. I can't remember how many. I think there was like 5 or 6 different waves of that line, of the Dragon line from back in the day. So yeah, they have come out with quite a few.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they're coming out with those. But yeah, so yeah, that was our collecting memorable moments. Thank you again, you guys, for sharing that. Man, we like really blew through those. I was kind of worried we'd kind of go over time there, so I kind of intentionally shortened it because the last few streams it was we kind of went close to like over 2 hours, 2.5, and so like, man, I'm gonna try something different and maybe cut a topic out because I was gonna try to do it shorter, but man, we're like flying through these. So maybe at the end we'll probably just do some talk, I guess, to fill in the time. If you guys want, we'll talk about some things. But
Okay.
yeah, I guess if you guys if you don't have anything else to bring up in relation to that, we can move on to Feezy's 20. What do you guys say?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, let us do it. Those of you not familiar, Feezy's 20 is basically 20 questions. I'm sure some of you who watch IGN Game Scoop, shout out to IGN Game Scoop, may be familiar with it. They do video game 20 questions there, so I figured, that sounds pretty fun, but I'm going to do it more for the figure aspect and put it in the figure category. So yeah, I thought it was be pretty fun. So I've been doing the past few episodes. You basically ask 20 yes or no questions where I have a figure in mind. You guys have to narrow it down. If you ask me if you go for the guess, right, and it's wrong, then you guys lose. So make sure you absolutely are sure that you want to take your guess. So you have 19 questions, and then your final, if you get to that point, your final question will be, your guess of the figure. So you have 20 questions total between the two of you. So you guys, work together to figure it out. No help from the chat. The chat and the viewers can play along, but no honesty. The honor system here. So no peeking at there. Let me see here. I keep forgetting the house rules. So I count 2.0s as separate figures just because, for instance, the Mark III, right? There was a 1.0 with the plastic and 2.0 for the die cast, so that changes up the question. So I count those as separate figures. But if a figure has like a standard and a deluxe or a collector's edition, I'll count that as the same. Just because, there's either like an accessory or special edition that comes with it or something. I don't know. I'll count that as one figure. Let's see what else. So it is a Hot Toys. I try to change it up based on the guests, but lately I've been having guests who collect Hot Toys mostly. So I'm going with the Hot Toys route. It's a Hot Toys figure. Let me see here. What else am I forgetting? Yeah, I think that's basically it. And you guys can you see the counter here? I have the counter here on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so whenever you guys are ready, let the questions fly. Yes or no questions?
Oh, let's see. I guess we could start with, is it a Star Wars figure?
No. There we go. And you guys don't take turns. If you guys have questions in your head, feel free to ask them if you guys want. You guys can narrow down other properties. You just got the Star Wars out of the way.
All right. Is it a DC?
Yes.
DC. Okay.
Okay, one question down. There we go. You got DC. Where do you want to go from there?
What do you think, Blue?
Kind of keep in mind that you want to narrow down. I mean, this is obviously an IP, but you want to kind of narrow down the character, right? Because it's a Hot Toys figure, so it's based on a character. So try to keep that in mind and narrow it down from there. So it's DC. Got that. What are you guys thinking? You can talk out loud too. You don't, if you want to discuss things and just get it through.
Let's see. I don't know. We can start with like, is it a Batman?
Is that your question, or are you just?
Yeah. What do you think,
Okay.
Blue? Start narrowing it down by character.
Yeah. So I was thinking. I mean, of course, it's Batman. It's probably most
common.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think let's do that then.
Okay.
Okay.
So your question is it a Batman figure?
Yes.
The answer is no.
Oh.
So you got Batman out of the way.
What do you think? We'll go next to like maybe Wonder Woman.
Think about whatever will help you guys narrow down the character. Or the figure, I should say.
I was gonna say I'm trying to think of ones that have multiples too to get to that character sooner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing, right? You can't just say, like, for instance, you can't say Darth Vader, right? Because there's multiple Darth Vaders. You kind of have to say, like, narrow down, like, which property it's from, right? Or which label it's from, right? So
right.
It's kind of, I forgot to throw that out there, yeah.
Is it a villain?
Ooh, good question. No, it is not a villain. So not a villain, DC, not Batman. Oh, and chat, keep me honest too, in case I forget a question. or if I answer something incorrectly, feel free to let me know in the chat there. Keep me honest.
Let's see. I think maybe the next one. Let's see. Is it a Wonder Woman?
Ooh, no.
Oh.
So it's not Wonder Woman, not Batman.
Is it a Superman?
Ooh, no.
No.
There's another hint. Think of source material. Also. Can you guys hear the music okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Yep.
too loud? Okay, yeah.
No, it's
Gotcha.
good.
All right, cool. What's up, Blaine? Thanks for showing up, by the way. Shout out to Blaine there.
Let's see. What about Blue? What if we go with? Are they in the Justice League?
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Then let's do that one then. Are they a member of the Justice League?
Good question. No. Not.
And Blue, you'll have to help me out too as we get down, especially with the hot toys that are out there of DC. So I'll probably you'll probably know more of that than me as we move along.
You guys are making progress. Just keep it up. Just keep it going.
Oh, let's see. And we could even think of specific movie IPs like in the lot like DC. I guess like Suicide Squad and like from that point of view too, maybe narrow it down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What do you think? Go with that one then, Suicide Squad, Blue? Or do you have an idea of something else?
Well, he already said they weren't villains, and the Suicide Squad are villains.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Good call. Yep, good call, Blue.
Okay.
Yep, you can go with, I don't know if it'll help you, but there's obviously like year it came out. Again, continue thinking of the source material. Continue narrowing down characters. Are you guys familiar? You guys are I mean, you're not huge DC fans, but you're pretty familiar with DC, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
enough with the character. Yeah, the main. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was kind of.
Yeah.
I probably should have asked that first, because I don't want to ask. I don't want to pick something that you guys wouldn't have got. Like, it would have been really hard. I tried to pick something you guys. I was pretty sure you guys would get. Okay, so not Wonder Woman. I probably should write these questions down too, so I don't forget. I just kept the number there. Not Batman. Not a member of the Justice League. You want to try going for, the IP or the source material? Would that help you guys?
It would probably help me more than more than Blue. I don't know. He might have a better idea, like I said, but
Yeah. What do you think, Blue? What do you think will help you narrow it down?
Yeah, I guess source material.
Okay. You still got 12 questions, right? There's 13 total, but you got 12
Yeah.
questions and a guess. So you got questions to use there. You guys got this. You guys got it. What do you guys got? What do you guys got? Questions. Say like, people before have asked, again, like certain movies, certain shows. Yeah, I don't. Let me see here. I think at this point, that'd probably be helpful for you guys. I mean, a year. I don't know if there's a year. That'll help you guys out.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time narrowing it down to a certain year myself.
Yeah, I'm not good with years either, so yeah, it probably wouldn't help me. But I don't know how you guys are with those. Some people are better at knowing the years than others.
I guess, Blue, if you'd want to ask maybe if it is a television property, like a television or movie property, to narrow it down there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, you guys. Yeah, you guys. There's no. You don't lose
All right.
points for asking the wrong question. So.
Oh
go for
no. Let's say, is it a television property?
it. No, it's not.
Okay.
You mean like a TV show, right? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right. No. Nope.
No. Okay.
It,
Not a television property. Not in the Justice League. What other source materials there? So it's not a TV show. If you guys are like really stumped, I can always just
And
show
just
you the
thinking of
answer.
something new is obviously Black Adam.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's that.
Just to try to get like some of the newer things like out of the way.
Yeah.
More current recent things.
What's in your head right now, Blue? What are you thinking? Like what potential characters are in your head besides Batman and Superman? And did you guys ask about the Wonder Woman? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah. So besides those three. Try not to think. Here's another hint. Try not to think. Again, obviously it's a Hot Toys figure, so it wouldn't be based specifically from anything like the comics directly per se. I should say, right? There's not. You guys know there's not too many of those, so think more along Hot Toys' realm of what they do, or what they have done.
Now there are video game
Yeah, there's video games. Yeah.
video game characters too. So if you want to use that one for a question, Blue, if it's a video game character,
yeah, let's try that.
let's try that.
All right. Is it a video game character? No. No. So what does that leave you with? It's not a TV show. It's not a video game.
So it gotta be a movie then.
And again, if process elimination, right? If you narrow those down, then you don't necessarily have to ask if it's kind of if you eliminate A and B and all you're left with is C, then you don't really have to ask that. But it's again, your guys' call. I'm just kind of guiding you, helping you guys out. Yeah. What do you got? Any more, Commander Green? What else will help you narrow it down?
I guess, like I said, I think, let's say, is it Black Adam?
Are you asking me? Is that your question?
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll do that as one.
Okay. No, it's not Black Adam. Oh, sorry. It's not a Black Adam, I should say. Because if you were to ask me if it is Black, if you got it wrong, then that would have been game over.
Right. Correct.
So
Sorry.
I'll just take it as,
You're right.
is it a Black Adam?
Black Adam character, yes.
Yeah.
Is Hellboy DC?
That's a good question. I don't know. So I'll let that slide because I'm not sure. I can't answer that one, so I'll pass on that one myself. Pass.
Though, let's see, even like the color of what they wear. What about, does the character wear red?
Oh, okay. It's a unique question. No,
No.
don't wear red. Again, so you eliminated TV, you eliminated video games. What does that leave you? Kind of start thinking in that realm, in that media.
Trying to think of the DC movies Hot Toys is done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You're on the right track. I'll give you that.
And that's where I get a little bit lost, is like the other IPs or the other DC that there are besides like the Justice League and some of those other characters. So I might be a little foggy on that. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure. Yeah,
Help him out, Blue. You got this.
I'm hopping on your back, Blue. Come on,
Yeah.
carry me.
Yeah. So get the
um,
the wheels turning for Commander Green. It might some of your questions may help him out, and you think, oh yeah.
let's see. There's the Watchmen.
What are some potential questions? How about in the chat? What are some potential questions they could ask? Maybe I'll allow that one. Let's see if the those watching give them some questions that they can ask aside from what they've already asked. And I'll bring up the ones here that maybe might help you guys. Let's see here. What are some questions they can ask? And again, feel free. So you got 8 questions, 8 more questions, and then your final guess to get there. To get there. You're onto something earlier with what you mentioned, Blue. I would kind of go along with that.
Yeah. Is it from the Watchmen? Or Watchmen? I should know the Watchmen.
No, it's not from the Watchmen.
Okay.
Sorry, not from that one. From your previous comment there.
Okay.
Man, I didn't think this was going to be this tough. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, sorry. I thought.
Well, it shouldn't be easy either, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I wanted it to be somewhat challenging, but yeah,
Right.
I wanted it to be doable. So, my bad. Yeah, well, we'll see how well I did. Some guys, did they ask if it's an animated cartoon? They didn't, but I kind of gave them that hint where knowing Hot Toys, keep that in mind with what they do, right? With what Hot Toys is known for. So they already eliminated TV, and as the source material, they eliminated TV and video games. So yeah, what else? What else can they ask, chat? Something else to help them out here. What's the hell I'm trying to guess? They're trying to. Hey, Tyria, thanks for joining, my guy. So we're playing Feezy's 20. They have here 7 questions and a guess here. So they eliminated TV. They eliminated video game property. It's not Star Wars. It's DC.
DC.
So yeah, they're there. Yeah, it's not a villain. It's not Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. They asked those already. So if you have any suggestions to help them out, what they should ask, let us know. Riley, my guy, hope you're feeling better, man. Thank you for tuning in and watching.
Hey, Riley.
Oh, this is a good one. Andre, my guy, thank you, man, for helping him out here. Does the character have firearms? That's a potential question you could use. That's in there.
Don't they all?
Yeah. It's not. What else? You guys? Oh yes, you asked this. If it's one Watchman, it's not Watchmen. You asked that already. They're not in the Justice League. This person's this figures or this character it's based on is not in the Justice League. Here's another. I'll kind of help steer you clear. You mentioned movies earlier. So again, right? It's not TV. It's not video game. And then obviously you didn't ask if it was a movie, but well, that was kind of my hint. Where like if you eliminate those two, what's left? I would continue focusing on that. Right? It's kind of. I think you guys, once we get to the end, if you guys don't get it and you see what it is, I think you'll probably be like, oh duh. So I would kind of keep that source material in mind. It's pretty popular. Kind of, that was a freebie right there. Actually, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Unless you're talking to me, then it probably wouldn't help me. So it might help Blue on that one, but no.
I don't know, Commander. You might say when you see it, you might be like, oh, I'm sure you've heard of or seen this figure at some point in your collecting career. How long have you been collecting, Commander Green?
Um,
How long did you
well,
say?
I'm
Sorry, sir.
like Hot Toys since 2019.
Oh wow, yeah, way long before me. Yeah, I've only been collecting for a little
So
over a year. So yeah, I got you. Okay, now definitely more than
yeah,
me. Yeah, I'm sure you would have seen
and
or heard
I'm sure.
about this
Oh
whole
yeah, and I'm sure once you say it, I'm gonna know. And right.
Andre. Another suggestion: does he like swimming? Yeah, who does that narrow it down to? Cyborg, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah,
Actually,
just go ahead.
I'm
Sorry.
just kind of going through characters too. What about? Wait, no, and it wasn't a villain. Never mind. That would have.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Did we establish that it wasn't Hellboy?
No, I let that pass because I couldn't answer that even if you asked me. I can't. I'm not sure if he's part of DC or not. I know he's part of Warner Brothers, but I don't know if Hellboy is part of DC. So that's just. I'll let that. I'll say pass on that one for me because I can't answer that. Could have just looked it up, I guess. But still, I'll just let that pass. All right, what else you got? You guys are got a good amount of hints here.
Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss myself.
Okay, you guys want to throw in the towel? I mean, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, you can't. Obviously, if you take a guess and it's wrong, then it's over. But you still got 7 questions, though. That's seven.
If we lose, Blue has to give up his
his boba?
Hulk. No, his Hulkbuster.
Yeah, as a giveaway. Yeah.
He's like, no, I got this.
Yeah, it's on the line. Yeah, I know. Give him some sort of incentive. And like first guess off the bat, he gets it out of nowhere. Yeah, that'd be epic. Yeah, it's a good.
Actually, if you try to take maybe my Obi-Wan or something, I'll have one of those like in old school with Will Ferrell when he like does the debate and all of a sudden becomes smart. Like
yeah, he blacks out. He's like, "What happened? What just happened?
What happened? Where was I?"
Yeah, he's like rebuttal. No, I have nothing. That was perfect. With what's his name? The Rage or the Bull. I forget that guy's name. The bald guy that he goes into debates with.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? What other questions you can ask to help you narrow it down here?
I mean, there's not a
Based on
lot
what
of DC that Hot Toys has done. I mean,
You said you don't collect or you do? What did you say, Blue? You said you don't collect or you do collect a lot of DC?
oh no, there's not a lot of DC that Hot Toys has done other than.
Yes, yeah. There you go. That's a good point. So, of the ones that you are familiar with or know, how does that going to help you? You're on the right track.
Oh,
And it's not any of the Justice League.
Right. So, what other?
now there are characters too that aren't superhero necessarily. So is it?
It's true.
Let's do that one. Is it a character with a superpower?
It is not.
Like
That's a good question. It is not a character with a superpower. Okay, so what does that leave you with? Which characters did Hot Toys do, or figures that are based on characters, I should say, that don't have superpowers?
I guess, Blue, I'll ask you first, too, if you want to ask that as a question, that if it's a character that's in the Batman franchises.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to ask that, go ahead and ask that one, maybe.
Yeah, is it from a Batman movie?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And so to answer Andre's question here, so no, just Batman was eliminated. The character, not
Not
all
the
Batman
franchise.
characters. Yeah. GG, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Thanks for showing the support. Here's another suggestion by some guy. Thanks for the suggestion. Is the character based off of an animal? So that's something if you guys want to consider that one. based on what you know so far. So not Batman, not Superman, not a member of Justice League. I think what helped narrow that down was it's a person with no superpowers, not a villain. Part of the Batman movies, yep. Again, this is in the realm of Hot Toys, right? So what have Hot Toys done that fit those
2
characteristics?
or 3.
Yeah, because I'm trying to look through, like, myself, just through a list of people that I, like, again, because I'm not familiar with all of them that have been released in the past, like, that I could recall, like, immediately, so I'm trying to, like, figure it out from what they've done as far as, like, a list, but...
Is it a...
You're not looking up a list of Hot Toys there, are you, Commander Green?
What's that?
You're not looking up a list of Hot Toys there, are you? Okay, good.
Is it a female character?
It's a good question. It is not a female character.
Okay.
Yeah, another hint by Andre here. Thanks again for the suggestions there. That's why I asked about firearms earlier. I can think of 3 characters in Batman, 2 with guns and 1 without. So hopefully that helps you guys. 4 questions and a guess, yeah. Or unless you guys know who it is and you want to guess it now. You're almost there. Closing in. Closing in. So no superpowers. It's not a female, or it's not a woman. In the Batman movies. Hot Toys figure.
And a lot of it, I'm picturing probably third-party figures that I have in my head that aren't Hot Toys, so that's why I'm trying to like go through that, and you know what I mean? Go through that with my head. Yeah.
Third party versus Hot Toys, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are they a cop?
Ooh, good question. Yes. This person is a cop.
I think he's got it. He's gonna just work it down.
You want to narrowing it down, or do you want to
whittle it down?
You want to?
Well, it narrows it down to 2. Because, okay. Do they have a mustache?
No mustache.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep, Andre's giving you kudos. Great question. That was a great question. Is it top?
Because my brain knows that there's other characters that aren't that are human and non-superpower, but I can't place that. That's the biggest thing. So as far again, because I don't know the the list of them that's out there. So
from the Dark Knight Rises.
Yes.
Okay.
Nope. He's got it.
Yeah, I think I know who it is.
All right, what do you got, Blue? You want to go for it? You have one more question if you want to make sure. So you still have one question to use, and then your final guess.
Is it just a character? Or do I?
It's a Hot Toys figure, right? That's what we're trying to guess.
That's all it is. Figure. Okay, all right,
yeah.
All right. And that's hard not to guess.
Ringing a bell, Commander Green? On what he's narrowing down?
Not just by the figure, but I'm trying to think of the character. But I said, I don't know. Yeah.
Bring it home, Blue. You're there. I think you're pretty much there.
You
home.
got it.
Yeah. Is it? I guess Is it Blake?
Yeah, it is.
There was
John
a pause,
Blake,
Nice. Yep.
You got it. Yep, John Blake with the bat signal. came out. Let's see, when did this figure come out? 2015. Yeah, from The Dark Knight Rises. Good job. Yeah, you brought it in.
Nice.
Yeah, let me expand this here. There we go.
I don't mind getting carried. That's fine. It's all good.
Did this come
It's all
in
good.
in your mind at all, Commander Green?
No, I'm not even really familiar with that figure though. I don't think I've ever seen.
No? Oh, okay.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that. Most of the stuff that I see people again like talking about are some of the DX Joker, the older one, and stuff a little bit more recent, I would say. So yeah, that one I'm not familiar with.
Gotcha, Blue. You got some. You guys got some
Yep.
support here. Go for it, Blue. You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. Nice. There we go. See, we went right back to old school. Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? I never would have guessed it. Man, I guess I missed. Sorry, guys. I guess I overestimated this. I thought you guys would have gotten this one. And this one's kind of has like a meta to it because not like unrelated news, right? Because the talk about Bane being announced recently. This kind of popped in my head. I was gonna go with Wonder Woman from like the first, was it BVS? I think it was the first Hot Toys Wonder Woman figure, but that was that would probably wasn't too easy. I think because of the talk on that. But so I dug deeper and I went for this one. But yeah, you guys got there. Yeah, with
Nice.
2 questions to spare. So yeah, I was another one of the reasons I brought up is the talking point, right? So there's a lot of talk about Warner Brothers or Hot Toys, the 100th anniversary of Warner Brothers. And
Right.
so, they mentioned in one of their blurbs that they're going to be, what is it, reissuing and bringing back older characters. And so, yeah, I was thinking like, oh yeah, when I was looking back through the list, this is one that they could potentially use, right? This is, I don't know where they're at with the license with, what is it, JGL? But yeah, no, I agree. Some guy, this is a good head sculpt. I know for 2015, for like, what was it, like 8 years ago? Yeah, best card agrees too. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this is one they could reissue?
Well, I mean, it's amazing though. It's like, again, it's not anything that I would end up collecting, but you have to look at a figure like Bane with that new release or announcement, and to see how much better. I mean, just the body, like alone that they made, again, special for that it's not a stock body that's going to look like another character. It looks like, like him. I think that's amazing. I mean, that just shows hope for not only these potential re-releases that they're kind of hinting at, but other IPs and other characters that deserve kind of like that attention. So I think if they can throw that into the game with their price point that they have as compared to other companies, I think they're doing a good thing. So, but yeah, I mean, there's always that potential for a figure like this at this point. Yeah.
Now, what do you think, Blue? Do you think they could reissue this one?
I don't think they'd do it. I don't think they'd reissue. I think they do. I think they do a Gordon before they do it, like a John Blake or something like that.
Gotcha.
More well-known character. I don't know. I can't remember if these guys like him and Gordon, like with the bat signal, if they sat for a while. It didn't sell well.
Maybe it's a figure that it could be with Gordon, like a two-pack, like if it was a re-release and do them together.
Yeah,
maybe that would help sell it.
Before.
Something.
Yeah, they sold it with the Gordon, Blake, and the bat signal as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay.
I believe
Well,
so, yeah.
I think I kind of glanced over that when I was looking through the figures, so you might be right on that one. But yeah, 2-pack would be good. Yeah, I don't really see. Personally, I posed the question, but I don't think they would do a reshoot in this just because he wasn't as obviously popular a character, and I wouldn't really see a reason to 2.0 this character. I guess reissue. Yeah, I take that back. If they did, it would have been a direct reissue, right? Because I don't see anything they could improve on this because there's no, right? It doesn't need to be seamless because it's obviously covered.
Honestly, it could look a little bit more like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I mean, the final product, not the. I mean, this is good, but it could.
I see. Do some more updating on the sculpts and the paint. Yeah, no doubt. I think there's always room for improvement. Something can always be improved upon. So yeah, I agree with you there. This looks pretty good though. So I don't know. Yeah, I'd be curious to see how how much more they improve it, right? I'd probably be blown away. Not to say they can't, but I'm just saying, yeah, I would. I'd be curious to see how they pull that off. If they did do that.
I'm just impressed with the tailoring on that jacket. I mean,
I know, right?
That's actually, even at the time that was, you said 2015, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, even at that time, showing what they could do, with something like that, that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just when I started collecting back in 2014.
That's right. Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it was on my radar, but I didn't have the money to get, all that. But yeah.
Yeah, this. I just was reading the details here. It says it has a remote-controlled LED light-up function. That's interesting. Are there other? I personally haven't come across or not aware of any other Hot Toys accessories that have remotes. Do you guys?
The Armory, the Batman Armory, has a remote.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's cool. Nice. So it seems like Batman-related stuff came with a remote.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, yeah. So yeah, regarding going back to reissues and 2.0s and what they could come out with, like with this new Warner Brothers 100th anniversary line, I put this in one of my posts on Facebook, but I'm thinking something is telling me that they could do a Ra's al Ghul, right? Because
that'd be fantastic.
Right, based on what I have seen and the research I've been doing, it doesn't seem like Hot Toys has done one yet. So obviously they have a Qui-Gon, right? So I've heard other people mention that as well. That they could probably just, depending on where the license is with Liam Neeson, where that can go, and you can have him in his. I know there's a third-party one. I saw a third-party one out there, Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, I have that actually.
Oh, do you?
DC shelf, yeah.
And
if Hot Toys came out with one, I would throw that in the trash.
He's in like his like all black armor or whatever it is, the suit, right?
I have him in a suit. He's more like in like a tan suit where he first kind of showed up. I wish I had the black suit. I wish I could have found that for a decent price.
Oh, so they have a variant of that figure, the third party?
I kind of pieced them together.
Oh, I see. I got you. Okay, maybe that was a custom I saw, because I did see him in his like what is it called, the League of Shadows final.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody brought him out with Bruce Wayne and had him in the training garb, and yeah, I remember.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that would be cool. How do you like that custom you have then?
I think it works. It needs a little bit kind of touch up on the paint, but other than that, I mean, it sits on the shelf pretty well with everybody else.
How's the sculpt?
What's that?
How's the sculpt on that Ra's al Ghul?
It's pretty good. I mean, it's the third-party one that's always floating around. It's not painted the best. It could use a little bit more, kind of in the facial hair area, a little bit better paint. But other than that, it's a pretty good sculpt.
Okay.
Not too shabby.
Andre is saying the set sat forever. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So I guess people weren't really feeling it when he came at it. So I wonder if this is. Go ahead.
I would love to pick this up. To be honest, I would love to chase this and try and find one with the Gordon and Blake at the back.
Complete this. Yeah, I wonder now if were you aware of this figure? The Hot Toys did this figure, Blue?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was on my radar when I first started collecting. I just didn't have the money to pick them all up.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's right. You mentioned that part. Yeah. So I wonder now if people are like who want to, the completionists out there who now see the Bane, if they want to go back and complete, at least the Dark Knight Rises line, right? You got Selena Kyle, Catwoman, you got Bane and Batman and John Blake and Gordon, like you said. I can't remember if Gordon was from Batman Rises label or just the Dark Knight trilogy in general.
Oh yeah, I can't remember either. I know they would have brought out another one, I believe, because they've had multiple Gordons.
Oh, have they? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they had him in a cop suit, so I believe that one's from the Dark Knight.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I guess we can look at it right now. Okay. Yeah, so I was just thinking Ra's al Ghul, and of course, like others have mentioned in the community,
would be awesome.
Joker. Yeah, I know. Oh, I know we mentioned in our chat too, but we were talking like a Joker 3.0 just to kind of update it. But yeah, Scarecrow would be good. They they only released that in a 2-pack, right?
Yeah, the Scarecrow. Yeah, and the Nightmare Batman. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, that could be another one they reissue, I guess. Oh, here it is. Wait, John. Oh, this is what you're talking about earlier, right? The 2-pack.
2-pack, yeah.
The set. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I would love to have that in my collection.
Yeah. Yeah, this would be cool. Yeah. Let's see. We got. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So I just. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say the one DC character I think, or one DC figure that I'd love to have in my collection, because obviously I collect mainly Star Wars. I only have the 2 Spider-Verse figures and a classic Spider-Man outside of my Star Wars collection. But in '89 Batman, it's kind of one of those things. No, they're not in the same universe. They don't necessarily go together. But it's, to me, that's that kind of, for me, it's kind of that classic version of him, of Batman, that I would love to see again.
I see. Yeah, the classic from the movie, or
from 80, yeah, the '89.
Oh,
Michael
yeah,
Keaton.
no, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm waiting for that one too. I think that they're going to release that one. They're probably waiting to release it during this whole 100-year anniversary right now. Yeah, that's one I would want as well, because that's, again, grew up during the '80s also, and that's considered my Batman also.
Yeah, I have the Batman Returns 2-pack. That was my second figure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I would love an updated version of '89 Batman. I'm getting the Mars Toys Joker, because I believe the DX Joker from Hot Toys is going for a little bit too much money.
Oh, okay.
The '89 Joker.
Oh, I see. From Mars Toys.
Yeah. I'm getting a couple of those. They just announced one. I want to get that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I didn't know they had
this Gordon here. I mean, even in a SWAT suit, I mean, I would buy that.
Yeah, I didn't know they did this. Well, it looks like it's a Toy Fair exclusive when I was looking here on the
yeah.
On the let me just share my whole window here. Be easier. There we go. Yeah, this I didn't realize they did the SWAT suit. That's cool. Here, look, this.
Yeah, best card. Yeah, the 2012. Damn, that Gordon is a solid likeness. Yeah, I mean, they did a good job on him. I don't know about the final product, but I mean, the prototype is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a zip ties right here. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think like I mentioned this before too in the socials, that if they did, oh, that's cool. Reacting to that scene. If they did come out with the Ra's al Ghul, I think I'd go in on the main villains, the Dark Knight trilogy villains. So I'd Ra's al Ghul, Joker, and then Bane. Yeah. And of course I know they have Selena Kyle and Two-Face, but I'd probably just get those 3 main ones and scare.
Yeah, I'd pick up anything from the Dark Knight Rises trilogy if they re-released it. Like, I never got that third-party Bane, and then got that Feist body for him. I thought it looked okay, but not good enough.
Okay. All right. What about you? I know Commander Green, you said you weren't really going on DC, but was there any of those? You say you were getting that Bane, or was that where you kind of got to skip on that one? Were you thinking about it?
Oh no, I was just kind of mentioning it. Just kind of gives hope to those characters that kind of deserve a 2.0. That at least that when they do get the 2.0, that it's going to be done correctly and not just a reissue and the exact same body that maybe had issues before. And this one, looks exactly like it should, as far as like the size of the body and stuff like that. So
yeah. Yep, I'm right there with you too. Like I think I'm one.
It looks great.
Yeah, even I think if people who had the old one, right, they're saying that's definitely improved version from the 1.0. Obviously with the jointed and just the body and just the everything in general. That's like it's one of those figures that needs an upgrade, right? It needs a 2.0, and so it's. I think some people are going to jump on that just for that reason. But yeah, all right. So, do you guys have anything else you wanted to bring up or discuss? Because other than that, we go on to plugs. Man, we went through this episode.
No, I think I'm good.
All right, Blue, you got anything else on your mind? On the figures or anything?
No, not really. Other than that Bane. I mean that Wonder Woman that just came out, a new silicone body that they made or whatever. I wonder if that even remotely comes close to like a Bison body or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because their rubber bodies haven't been the greatest in the past. I mean, you can't leave them in poses anyway, I should say.
But you think with this new recipe they have for the silicone, do you think you'd be able to now?
I hope
Like,
so.
they're
Maybe
kind
that's
of
what
like,
took so long with the Wonder Woman. They were kind of testing that out, and
yeah, that's true. Trying to get the recipe just right, like a little more of the parsley, a little more of the nutmeg, not too much, kind of dial it back.
It would be nice to have the extra money to buy an extra one, to really like have one that you have in pristine condition and you don't mess with, but then have one that you kind of push it to the limits and see really how far you can, push the articulation on something like that. Yeah. But I mean, I don't have $300 to just throw away for an experiment. So
it's a little bit too much to army build.
Right.
Yeah, no, I personally I'm in the camp who likes the Wonder Woman. Currently, the Hot Toys one, as the prototype at least, or not the prototype. That's the final, right? The blogger photos based on that. I think it looks good, but obviously it's like we always say, it's subjective. And then I've noticed that there's other figures that I don't think look good, but others do. So it kind of it's back and forth, right? It's all personal preference and taste. So, but yeah, I'm also curious to see how, because I think that looks good. So I'm wondering how Hot Toys in art will take that a step further, like how they'll make theirs better. And for me, I'm kind of waiting. Well, I don't know if I want to wait and see, because like others pointed out, in art it's going to be down a couple years down the line, right, before that comes out. So I may just, and it's obviously going to be more expensive, so I may just be like, okay, this Hot Toys it looks pretty good, so I don't mind just having this. For me, I just, that's one of those characters, so the figures I'd want to have one representation of. I don't need to have both. So for me, I'd be like, even if when the art comes out and it looks good, I'll be fine with the Hot Toys Wonder Woman if I decide to pull the trigger. I feel kind of that way about my Mando here. I have the what is it, the previous, the 1.0 Beskar with Grogu, right? So that's good enough for me. I feel like I don't need to get the 2.0, the chrome, bright and shiny. I don't need to, I'm like, okay, that looks cool. The head sculpt would be nice, but I'm not gonna, drop another couple hundred or whatever to pick it up. I'm pretty content with what I got. But
absolutely,
I wish I could. I wish I could be like that. First of all, that Wonder Woman. Hot Toys have had like 7 Wonder Woman figures, and only 2 of them have been good sculpts and paint. In my opinion, of course.
Yeah.
This is only
I know for sure.
But this new one is still terrible. It's it's like a cosplayer. I mean, it's they put on makeup to somewhat look like Gal Gadot.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But it ain't quite there. I do want to get it though, because the new softer hair, you can pose the head, and the new silicone body, maybe you can pose. I want to get a sword and a shield online somewhere and pose her with that.
Yeah.
I do want to get it, but if InArt made one, I would get that one, because that one's going to be far superior in sculpt. And just have a better presence on the shelf.
Yeah. Better representation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Well, and I understand how you feel too, because it's like, even me, I think with the Luke Skywalker figures into the Star Wars line, that if InArt made a Luke, I'd be all over it. But I just sit there and I haven't picked up the Snowspeeder Luke yet, but I would display that with the helmet. And I again, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying if you like it, and that's fine. But it's just one of those sculpts that I just don't feel that they've been able to capture that character or that actor.
True,
So like, if InArt was able to do that, and again, if it's a licensing thing, we'll never know. We don't know how much has changed. If that might be the reason behind it, then I take my words back, and then in that sense, it's good. I mean, it's a good figure for what it is. So I understand, and again, being a clone, a fan of Clone Troopers. even though I don't nitpick things. I know there's people that'll look at a set of armor and see something out of place on a hot toy, and that's
the
a piece of
helmet or
garbage.
something thinner
Right.
on one part, or
Yep, and they can notice those things, but I take it for what it is, and I love the figures and enjoy them. So I think it's kind of like you said, it's like a Wonder Woman that you want in the collection, Blue, and it's like you'll kind of overlook those things because it's like it's still a solid figure, and could it be better? But
And what I'd rather do is get this Wonder Woman and possibly swap her head with the golden armor, or get a training one and get some hair for it or something, or just, and just swap the heads. I think because the training one, if I can get a hold of that, and I could put that in the helmet or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, some sort of I'm kind of similar, like some representation for Wonder Woman, because I don't have a Wonder Woman figure at all, so this would be fine with me. I'd be good with this, but yeah, I'm with you guys. Like for me personally, Commander Green, I don't necessarily need screen accuracy. That is like as far as like the suit or the uniform or things like that. I've heard kind of that brought up with the DeLorean, right? There's some like maybe inconsistencies, but I'm not getting it to begin with. So I mean, like. But even if I was, I would just be glad to have some sort of representation in my collection, so that those things wouldn't really bother me. I can personally look past those, so that's just me, right? To each their own. We all have our preferences. But yeah, so with that, let me give you guys, as promised, a taste here of Mr. Green's photography here. As he mentioned, he's really into doing photography. I dropped, by the way, their IG links in Blu Tattu and Commander Green in the description, so check out their stuff when you get a chance. But Commander Green, you want to walk us through this?
Yeah, this is an older photo. This is kind of that habit I think everybody kind of gets into when they start doing photography, is overusing a filter on your effects, and and just the posing, and just kind of like at that point I just wanted to get my collection outside and start taking photos and stuff like that. So this is an earlier, probably that one was like pre 2000, probably 18, somewhere around in there. This is one I felt, this is like a year, I think I just had in my Instagram story, this is like about a year ago, and this is kind of, I felt really good and kind of making a turn, and really happy with my shots as get them out. I mean, there's always going to be things you nitpick and stuff like that, but this is kind of around that time when I started to get onto Maz's streams and talking to him more, and his, a little bit of help from him too. And that Kylo Ren is one of my favorite ones, and that obviously is a newer one with Bo.
Yeah.
And the Death Watch in a 332nd. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then this again, my first pre-order, so that one got a lot of love for that figure. It's amazing. I mean, and that one could sit in a museum pose and it doesn't matter to me like that. It's just an awesome looking figure. So
yeah, they killed it, man, with Commander Cody.
And this Captain Vaughn too, they at least made the improvements on the helmet, because I know the prototype originally was that Commander Cody helmet just repainted, so it's good that they and they might not have even been necessarily listening to the collectors. That might have been the plan all along.
Right. They just kind of pieced it together to sell
it. Exactly. But again, they'll never tell us that, so it is what it is. So you got to kind of hold out hope for it. I mean, I would have lived with it if it was the Commander Cody one, but obviously this is so much better.
Yeah.
And this one, one's a little bit older one, just some Black Series figures. And again, a lot of these older ones I kind of wanted to share, again, more or less just like a progress thing, and show just, if you just take the time and really focus on your work, and just, reach out, ask for help from people for lighting and posing and different things. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, no, wow. I couldn't have guessed this was Black Series.
Yeah.
My initial thought was just Hot Toys, just because obviously all the other photos. But wow, you made this good. This is cool. Good job, man.
And that is that's like my thing is and 1.6 shooter that's usually on Maz's streams too. He'll always like laugh because I like to take like things from inside the house and kind of turn them into something, so that actually the light to the right, camera right, is a spaghetti strainer.
Oh, nice.
Or a stock pot strainer, and I just have a light sitting inside of that.
That's
awesome,
man.
Yeah.
All right.
And then another Black Series photo.
Yeah, this is awesome.
That's the Gaming Greats Jump Trooper from Rebels.
Oh, okay, nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't put these in order too.
This one right here. This is probably my favorite photo that I've ever done. And it was one of those moments too. I think it was actually Christmas morning of 2019, and that, like I said, you remember certain moments.
Yeah.
But it was like I took it. The sun was behind them, so like I couldn't really see anything good in the viewfinder. And then once I got inside and started going through the photos, I was like, oh my god, like I can't believe I actually got this shot.
Yeah. Awesome.
But with the different troopers kind of stacked in the background and each one, fading into the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
nice. One of those unintentional masterpieces.
Exactly.
Like,
the happy, like the joys of painting the happy accidents.
Yeah, the happy.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or in this case, taking the happy accidents on film. Yeah. Awesome. Let's see here.
And I think,
Was that the last one? Yeah, it is. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think there was like 10 or so of them, but I think that I think that was it. I think that was it. But yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, kind of share those. And again, anybody that has like any questions, just feel free to send me a private message on Instagram. We can kind of chat back and forth. Tuesday nights, and I guess we'll go into plugs and stuff now, or do you want to do that?
Yeah, go for it, man. Sorry, a couple more plugging.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
I'll go through more here while you're plugging there.
It's okay. I haven't been able to get on too much just because of work with Maz on Tuesday nights on his stream, but he usually has it at 7 o'clock Eastern time for his toy photography talk, and people can submit and tag Maz at his Instagram, and then that way he can see those, and then he'll share those on the screen, that if anybody wants to have any constructive criticism and kind of go through and help everybody and improving their photos. And again, that's there's an early shot like that one. Again, you can see where, and that was just with an iPhone, just run outside and take a photo, and you think that's great. But it's progress. You learn and keep moving on.
Yeah, man, I definitely gotta hit you guys up, because that's where I'm at right now with my photography. I want to definitely improve and get better at. But yeah, it's just, again, it's juggling everything else that I'd like or want to do, right, or that I have to do.
Absolutely.
So I gotta pick and choose, and right now it's streaming and chatting with all you guys and the community and everybody out there. But no, this is on my to-do list to get better, because right now, they're just, my photos are, you guys probably have seen it, just in my detox and some simple basic things, and messing with the photos, editing and stuff. But yeah, no, this is awesome. Yeah, you guys, you're getting a lot of love here in the chat too.
Yeah, thank you everybody too. Yeah, I know all these guys I talk to all the time. It's like Peyton's out there, obviously, GG, Best Art Kid, some guy, all of you. It's just like I said, it's kind of, it's made a lot of friendships, doing this, and it's fun to do. And obviously just taking your collection, I know I take these outside, and some people like have a fit when I do that, but it's okay. Sometimes you just got to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Sometimes I want to do that eventually too. I want to, when I get to that point in my improving my photography skills, I want to take them outside and do more of the realistic photos environment.
I know Mr. Mom Collectibles too. I know Ryan, he likes to take his stuff outside too. So
yep, for sure. I see.
Definitely. But yeah, like I said, just stop by if anybody needs any help. Again, I haven't been able to be on there too much, but again, Maz has like a group of really good guys on there. Local Lou's on there all the time, and just definitely can help y'all.
Awesome.
However you need the help. So
yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Maz. If you're tuning in later, thanks for doing that, man. Shout out to Maz's Toy Box. Gotta possibly get him on the stream eventually at some point. But yeah, I'll put a link in the description. It's not in there now, but I'll put it in after the fact. You guys can check that out. yeah, it's just one of those people who are helping out others in the community, right? That's what it's all about. We help each other and improve and just share our knowledge and just share our passion, right? So that's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing these photos.
Yep, thank you
Commander
for showing
Green.
them.
Yeah. Oh, forgot to ask you, how did you come up with your name, by the way, real quick, before we jump to Blue?
Let's see. The original one, the H Green 1313. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan and a huge Dan Marino fan, so
Yeah.
that's kind of where the 13 came from. And
Yeah.
then in Star Wars, the lower levels of Coruscant are level 1313.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Oh, okay.
kind of combined that all together. And then
Right.
and then like I said, one night Bob Dylan just made a joke and called me Commander Gree with the apostrophe N. So I
Yeah.
worked that and changed. It kind of just worked out. So yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's what I ended up changing my name to that.
Nice.
So yeah. Yep.
All right. Blue, what about you? We'll start with I'm curious too, how did you come up with your name?
Oh, a long time ago, I've always been an artist, and a long time ago, I created a character. His name was Blu Tattu.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I just kind of adopted that for social media, and
Yeah.
yeah, just kind of stuck with it, I guess.
Did you put anything out with that character, or no? Was it kind of just something like it's always been a work in progress?
Always kind of work in progress.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm kind of creating a logo with the character's look.
Oh, okay.
Eventually
Very cool.
be out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, let people know where they can find you or anything you want to plug.
Oh, I'm Blu Tattu on pretty much all my socials. I'm live with my brother every Monday on his channel, SBeam.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it.
Let me throw that up real quick. Yeah. SBeam, if you guys don't know, I'll put that in the description below. Shout out to SBeam. Every Monday, right? Collector's Figure.
Yep.
You're on there? Yeah. So
See, that's
yeah,
where I
we're on it.
appreciate the guys too, because as soon as I started coming in there and able to catch their streams, they'd always like salute me as I came in and said, Commander on deck."
Yeah.
So I always have fun
Yeah,
getting in
yeah.
there and talking to the guys. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So yeah, I'll put that in the description also after the fact, along with the timestamps and Moz's link here. But yeah, this is SBeams.
Very cool.
But yeah, all right. So thank you guys again for joining me. Blue, again, thank you for the short notice, or kind of coming on short notice-ish. And thank you all who stayed from the beginning to the end. I appreciate you all. Always, any support. If you enjoyed the content along the way at any point, if you kind of came in and then dipped out because it wasn't for you, either way, I appreciate you actually giving me the opportunity, giving me the chance to see if it was for you. Consider hitting that like button if you find this entertaining at all, or any of this information they shared was helpful to you. But yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy those games. If you guys are watching the playoffs at all, the NFL playoffs for those outside of the States, that's American football, not the footy ball, not the soccer variety. But yeah, appreciate you all. And remember, you guys, we don't all have to agree. We don't all have to like each other, but please try to be considerate and try to be respectful. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.
Take care, everybody.